of sharing knowledge and connecting with everyone. Trust me, I feel more relaxed doing all this because going to a location is like you need to dress up well, be prepared, travel, think about the travel team and also the location, and reach there, set up yourself. This is really wonderful. Technology is making our lives easy. So, to begin with, if you all have seen the circulations which was sent by CGC, this is about the compound effect. This is about a formula for living an extraordinary life. Like we all are living a perfect life. Right? In fact, I believe if you are able to breathe, that's the gift by God, and you are living an extraordinary life. You're living a wonderful life. So this is a book, A Compound Effect. It's a book written by Darren Hardy, which I have read a couple of months back. So I wanted to share what exactly it means to be an extraordinary person and what we do in regular life. Well, my simple changes in those things will definitely help us a lot, and definitely it will compound. It will reflect in back a bigger, drastic change in our life. Wahid, let me know if you want me to proceed or if you want me to wait. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Okay, great. So to begin with, the compound effect in action. As I said, what we do with the small change, that change should be in action. Like we all have heard about the story about the tortoise hair. I would love to be that tortoise. The rabbit and the tortoise. We must have heard the story in the childhood. There was a race between the rabbit and tortoise, and the rabbit, being overconfident, sleeps on the way under the tree, and the tortoise, being the slow among both, goes slowly and wins the race. I would love to be that person. I don't want to be the fast runner. I know, we know that today's world is really fast. We need to run with the time. We need to run with the world. We need to run with the competition. But we also need to see how fast we are running and what we are into. So what happens? I don't want to be that one day Rambo. We should not be that one day Rambo in the gym, one day Arnold in the gym. Just in the first day we work out so hard, and next day our arms are tight and legs are tight. We cannot stand. We cannot move. We go to the gym for a couple of days, and then we feel like, okay, my muscles are toned. And then we give up. Slowly we give up. Oh, now it's going to pain. Okay, it's paining today. Let's go tomorrow. Oh, I cannot get up today. Oh, let's forget it. So that's what happened. What we don't realize is that these small change, one day, one single attempt at a time, seemingly in insignificant steps completed consistently over time, we create radical difference. Slowly, one single step at a time will get into radical difference. In a gym, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, but after a month, definitely you will see your triceps coming out. You will definitely see your shoulders popping out. So there will be a difference, but it will be slow. So you should, you should be the guy to say no. There will be people who will saying, okay, come on, you can do it. You can do it more. You can do it more. You can do it more. You should know how much you can do it. You should be the guy to say no. It's no great achievement to go along with the crowd. You must have heard, at the time of Bakrid or any festival, you must have seen, or you must have seen the farmers who take the cattle. They just carry the first sheep from the crowd, and the rest follows. They should be different. That's what makes an extraordinary guy. That's what makes an extraordinary person. Everyone is doing everything, but doing different makes you an extraordinary person. Like small, smart choices, plus consistency, plus time. That is a radical difference. Let me talk about three friends. I have named it with with all the superstars. Nothing to go against or nothing to be positive for them. They have three friends. Friend number one is let's name him Shahrukh Khan. The person who this person is doing as he always do. He's happy, and so he thinks, but complains occasionally that nothing is ever changing. As routine as a normal life, he's doing things, but he's all ye nahi ho raha hai, wo nahi ho raha hai, this is what is happening, this is what is happening. I try to do, but he is not allowing me to do. I am doing my best, but they are not allowing, and they are biased. And there is another person, Mr. Salman. He starts making small, seemingly inconsequential positive change. He begins reading, 10 pages a day for about good books, good authors, about good things. Listen and talk to good people, inspirational community network. So Salman wants to see the change in his life, but doesn't want to make a fuss over it. So he don't want to waste time in talking about the fuss. He wants to do the difference, be the difference, change. He's going to cut, for his body, for example, if he is trying to cut his weight, he's going to cut down 125 calories or 100 calories from his diet every day. No big deal. We are talking about a cup of sugar, a sugar in a tablespoon or 2 tablespoon sugar from tea. He also, started walking a couple of thousand extra steps per day. Nothing great, just, stuff anyone can do, a little more steps. But this will make a drastic change after a certain time. So it's very simple things which he is doing. But the future, after a certain time, after a couple of months, he will see the difference because of the small change. Cutting down the sugar, extra steps will definitely bring him a difference. And there is a third friend, who is Mr. Amir Khan. Amir makes few poor choices. He recently brought a new big screen TV so he can watch more from his favorite programs. He's been trying to do cooking, watching the food channels and everything. He's trying to experiment all the food on him. So he is putting on weight. He's slowly gaining weight. He's slowly being lazy. So, and you know what are the circumstances of being lazy. He just want to have little fun, a little more fun in his life. So out of these three friends, the first being, who is happy with whatever he is having, but complains. The third friend who is making poor choice by not utilizing his time properly, not thinking what choices he needs to do for his future. And the second person who is always attentive, who knows what to do, who knows where he needs to be, who knows what he needs to do to be there. We have always seen in our cities where the people sit at the chabutras, the corner, and there is a gang, there's a gossip, there is the panda bars, there is a gossip, there is tea stalls, hotels, there is a gossip. Gossip is something doesn't have a time, it just, when you, it's like running a river. You just dip in that, you will be flowing in that river. It goes on and on and on. Oh, you'll see, okay, you wasted 3 hours, you wasted 2 hours. So you should always know what's coming out of your mouth and also what's going inside your mouth, and keep your ears open for the right things. So because you see, the success will definitely come when you multiply those small steps. One single step at a time will give you a big difference after a certain time. What if was the education system for us was like directly doing MBA? Would everyone would have been really great like this? It was small bits and pieces. Education was given to us from A to Z, then 2-letter words, 3-letter words, 4-letter words, then small sentence, then paragraph, then essay, and then thesis. That's how it's been fed in us. So those are the small steps you need to take for bigger difference. I hope I was able to justify the slide. So I'm moving on to the next, which is choices which we make. These are, sorry. The choices are really important, what we do, how we choose what to be. And sometimes we name this as luck, kismat. I'm not sure, but most of us I've heard like, okay, uski kismat mein tha, mil gaya. ऊपर वाला भी रिस्क आपके सामने देता है. The God gives us food, and there is a food in front of you, but He also says that you need to use your hand to put it in your mouth, then chew it. If He had to give, if He has made you something in this world, He would have given that functionality also. You don't need to have food. You can just live by the air. So you need to do something. So now, when you know what you need to do, you need to see what's right in that. And that's the choice. So you need to know what you need to choose from the options which we have. Have you ever been bitten by an elephant? Hathi ne aapko kabhi kaata hai? No, right? I mean, it will be always, you must have seen the mosquito biting. It's little things in life that will bite you. Small, chote cheezein, will hurt you. But occasionally, kabhi kabar, we see big mistakes threaten to destroy a career or reputation in an instance. So the big mistakes, the elephant bite, is very rare. But the small mistakes which we do, it's very common. But those small mistakes makes a bigger mistake in the life, like not getting up in time, not getting up on time. That will become a routine. And when you have an interview early in the morning, you will not be able to get up because you are not in that routine. You always prefer to go on a bike. You have never traveled in the bus. You never manage the time. You always start from your home 15 minutes because the distance is 15 minutes. But one day, there is a puncture or there is a roadblock. So you need to be prepared for those small steps, small change. Sorry. Next is the thank round. This is easy. This is, we always do this. It's easy to point fingers at others, isn't it? I'm not getting ahead because that's the lame excuse. My boss is not good to me. That's the reason I could not do much better. I would have got promotion if it hadn't been the backstabbing of the coworker. उन्हें अगर ऐसा धोखा नहीं देता तो मैं आगे बढ़ जाता था, मेरा प्रमोशन हो जाता. I'm always in a bad mood because of my kids. They drive me crazy every time. These are the small, excuses. I must say, it's about seeing the positive, thinking the positive. You should not waste time in complaining about others. Utilize the time in building, overcoming those steps, overcoming those complaints. What we would do, I mean, if you have to travel from one destination to another destination. I'm from Hyderabad, so definitely I'll talk about the routes of Hyderabad. If I have to go to Charminar, they are different, definitely there are different routes. The first option, I look for the easiest and the smallest way. Second option, I'll see the smooth, safe. Sorry, the first option will be smooth, safe, and secure. Second option would be the fastest and the shortest. And definitely there will be more options, different lane, long turn, picking up friends, reaching out to friends' house, beach mein jo dhappa maar ke jana hota hai, saying, going from different road, saying salam to other guys, or a different road just for time. So think what you need to choose from those choices. Next comes owning it. This is a very, I mean, I have been to US, I have been to Middle East, I have been to India. I mean, I'm from India. I am an Indian. I am a Hyderabadi, proper Hyderabadi. And Hyderabad mein we always say that kaanta chub gaya. How is it? I mean, it's your foot, it's your leg, and you stamped on the thorn. Then why is that you say kaanta chub gaya? Kaanta kaise chub gaya? I mean, you must have done something, right? But the same in the Western culture, they say, I stamp my foot on the thorn. मैं कांटे पे पैर रख दिया. So this is the difference which we need to see. You should own the mistake which you do. You should own the choice which you have chosen. Because if you choose the right choice, you would have not fallen. But if you have made a mistake, accept it. We are all self-made men and women, but only the successful take credit of it. You have to be willing to give 100% with zero expectation of receiving anything in return. You and you are only responsible for what you do. I guess I'm correct, right? You are the person who did wrong, so you are the person who should be taking credit or owning the mistake. This empowering mindset, it's like revolutionary for the life. Luck, circumstances, or right situation wasn't what matters. If it's to be what's to me, I would have been flying freely. No matter how, no matter who was elected in any elections or anything now, the situation in India, how badly it's affecting the economy, I would still think what I can give to the community rather than thinking what the community is giving to me. I would do my best to build rather than talking on something which is not built. This is being different. again, getting back to the luck, getting luck, qismat se hai. This is the formula which is given in this by Darren, that the preparation, the personal growth, which is personal growth, regular routine, personally so आप उसके ऊपर continuously prepare कर रहे हो. Attitude, I can do it. Yes, preparing myself. एक दिमाग में ऐसे मालूम yes मैं कर सकता हूँ. Plus opportunity. Opportunity तो सबको आती है, सबके पास मिलती है, सबको आती है. It's nothing like, no person in this world can say that I'm not getting a job, or I don't know what job I need to do. I don't know where, if there are any openings or not, or there are no openings in the world. I'm not getting a job. There are no jobs in the world. Opportunity उसी को आती है जो opportunity को ढूंढता है. So everyone gets the job. Everyone has opportunity. Everyone can find the right thing. And next comes the action. Aapka preparation ho gaya. Okay, you have been preparing well for the interview, prepared your resume, everything right. Then the attitude. If you are right, then attitude should also be right. Don't think that the other person is more better than you, or you will not get the job. Oh, this is a big company, I might not get the job. Forget about the negativity. Think about the positivity. Then the opportunity. Okay, now you have the opportunity. You know that there is an interview. You know this is the company. You know this is the background of the company. You know this is the job description. You know what are the required qualifications for that job. You know the requirement of that job. You know what you have for those requirements. Then action. Time पर पहुंचना. Well-maintained discipline में रहना. Then luck आती. This is luck. Luck is not what you get रास्ते में से that's की note लगी. That is not luck. That's not at all. If you get something very easily, it's not luck. It's a routine which everyone can get. When you struggle and get something, achieve something, that's being luck. So that's about getting lucky. If you're lucky, that means, if you're breathing, you're lucky. If you're walking, you're lucky. If you have your hands, you're lucky. If you have your parents, you're lucky. If you are able to eat, you're lucky. If you're able to walk, you're lucky. If you're able to do any work, you're lucky. If you're able to speak, you're lucky. If you're able to hear, you're lucky. Think the positivity in what you have. Then comes the secret weapon. That's your scorecard. You need to pick up any area of your life where you most want to be successful. You should think, what I need to become. I want to be, accountant. I want to be a software. I want a software developer. I want to be a programmer. I want to be a sports person. I want to be a photographer. I want to be. Think there should be a goal. आंख खुलते ही जब सामने कुछ दिखता है तो कुछ रहता है, right? Don't be blind in the life. When you open your eyes, when you see something. That's the goal of the eye. The moment it opens, it captures something on your. To make a goal. The first step towards change is the awareness. If you want to get from where you are to where you want to be, you have to start becoming awareness. You need to be aware what you have to do. That's making the goal, the target. Become very cautious of every choice you make today, so you can begin to make smarter choices moving forward. Shatranj, that's the reason I have put this chessboard. Every step you take, you need to also think what your opponent is going to do with your step. So every step you take in your life, you also need to think how that step is going to lead you to the next step. You need to map, you need to write, you need to plan, you need to put it on paper. If I do this, these are the options. If I take this option, these are the options. UKG, LKG, first, second, 10th, after 10th, intermediate options, after intermediate. Why? Because after 10th only we have so many options. Because by 10th, you will be matured enough to understand what you need to do. Then after 10th, you will be having intermediate, polytechnic, many options. Then after that, you have the specialization option. On that specialization, then you will think for the future, for the job and the future. So you need to think. You need to have a scorecard. When you want to become, if you want to get in any company, I always say this: if you want to do any job or be on any role, first list down 10 best companies of that role. Start with the lowest to the highest. Target the lowest. Go for the interview. If you get through that interview easily, all the rounds, that means it was just a piece of cake for you. You're made for a better one. Go for the another company. Go for the interview. Try for that interview. If you again get it, pat yourself. Say that, okay, you did well, but you deserve much better. Go for the next. Try until you fail. Try until fail doesn't mean that you do it wantedly. Give your best in every interview. But when you do your best, when you give your best, and with something, if you're not able to succeed, that's where you need to learn. That's the learning point. That's where you need to have your scorecard. Okay, this is what I need to improve. I'm not saying to join, not join any company. The one which you failed, try for a couple of times. If you're not able to join the other company which you have passed, and then you improve on the points which you have made note where you have lagged behind. The big difference between the successful people and unsuccessful people is that the successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people are not. If you have to be successful, you need to be doing something which unsuccessful people are not. You need to be extraordinary. Remember the cattle and a sheep and a group of sheep. If you want to be the sheep, just follow the sheeps. Then comes keep it slow and easy. You should not panic. If you panic more, it will be uneasy for you. Do not panic. The small and simple steps makes it more easy. Just track one habit a week. 1 point a week. Pick up that habit, pick up that choice, pick up that point that has the greatest control over you. Usually क्या होता है, what habits are a routine part of your life that makes a habit. And if it could be anything. It could also be getting late in the morning. That's a habit. It could also be spending 30 minutes in the washroom. It's a habit. It could also be brushing your teeth for 15 minutes. It's a habit. It could also be dressing up, taking time for dressing up. It can be anything. I don't want to name the bad things, but it could be anything. So list those things which are in your habits. Let's say the category you choose is getting your eating under control. This COVID situation, most of us working from home, being at home, locked down at home, no activities. Everyone, I bet everyone, most of us has put on weight. So you need to see what's going in your mind, because being at home, being with the family, in this lockdown, everything what comes just goes on in your mouth. Your task is to write down what everything you put in your mouth. Track this one area for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, Make a track what you are eating. Why 3 weeks? 3 weeks is 7 days a week. 3 weeks is 21 days. It's a research that if you do anything for 21 days, that becomes a habit. If you want to become early in the morning, keep the alarm for 21 days near your ear. You might get irritated, but 21 days, after 21 days, you don't need that alarm. Before the alarm, you will wake up. That will become your habit. Currently, I'm in the Middle East, so what I used to do, I always keep a track. How much amount is my hourly rate per hour I'm going to get? I convert that amount into Indian currency, and I have put that figure on my wardrobe. So the day I become lazy, when I'm not going to get, when I don't want to get up early in the morning, I see that figure and I get up. That's my triggering point. And then the unsung and unseen heroes. You must have seen a horse ride, or the car race or motorbike race. In the horse ride, a horse wins by his nose. उसकी जो नाक होती है वो पहले टच होती है. जिसके पहले फेस के नाक टच हुई on the line, he is the winner. So he gets the 10 times the prize money. The horse or the jockey, he gets the 10 times the prize money. Is it because the horse is 10 times faster? No, it's just a little bit better he has done. The jockey has done a little bit more on the horse. The extra work by the jockey that made the result a slight bit better with a compounded reward, bigger one, with just a small speed which he has done, a routine which he has changed. So always remember, the time is, it's just in a sense, it's you need to keep a track of your time. Always, there is no kal, kal karenge, kal karenge, kal karenge, kal karenge. And you must have heard about Kabir's doha, kal kare so aaj kar. So if you plan something, do it from today. The key is to start now. Every great act, every fascinating adventure starts with small steps. The first step always looks harder than it actually is. The pehla step jo ka hota hai, that's the most difficult one. Gym, when you do work out, I remember, when I started doing gym, first few days, we can see the pain, the body pain. But if you speak to any experienced person, a good bodybuilder, or any bodybuilding personality person, he will say that if you're getting the pain, that means there is a change in your body. It's affecting your body. But don't give up. After some days, this pain will go away. So do that repeatedly. Make it a habit, then definitely see that pain will become a habit in you. So this is what you need to choose. As I said, choices is like a chessboard. It's like a mathematical game. Every step, every single count which you do makes a bigger difference. So moving on to the next slide. In depth about the choices, then we talk about the habits. Here we are, what we repeatedly do. Usually habits, what we say is like, okay, I get up early in the morning at 9 o'clock. I feel hungry around 2 o'clock. I can go to bed at the max 1 o'clock. I need to have tea after every meal. These are the habits which we have done repeatedly. Were we born doing all this? No. Did I'm not sure if anyone has seen a newborn or 1-year-old kid asking for a tea. There must have been a certain age where he has started, and after that start continuously, be it for entertainment, be it for gathering, be it for anything, any purpose, that becomes a habit. Don't get in the gratification trap. Yeah, the gratification is satisfaction. Many great achievers or CEOs of the company or superstars, they all share one common trait. They have good habits. I'm not saying they don't have bad habits, but they have good habits which made them that stage, that level. That's not to say they don't have bad habit, as I said, but they do, but not many. They are little because they have worked on those bad habits. A daily routine builds on good habit is the difference that separates the most successful amongst us from anyone else. They do something good in their life that made them different. The successful people aren't necessarily more intelligent or more talented than anyone else, but their habits take them to that direction to become more better. I remember there is a person, Larry Bird. Larry Bird, he is a famous NBA basketball player. He practiced 300 throws every day in the morning. 300 throw, 300 baskets every day in the morning. And after 300 attempts every day for 21 days, by default, आंख बंद करके भी अगर बॉल डालेगा तो वो चला जाएगा. Because he knows in those 300 attempts what he has learned, what is striking. You must have seen in the Hindi movie Chandni Chowk to China, where Akshay Kumar and the trainer of Akshay Kumar says that, I'm not afraid of the new move you take. I'm afraid of those moves which you have done 1,000 times in a day. So think of those steps you do every single day. Think of those habits. It may be good, it may be bad. If it's good, it's good for you. If it's bad, there is time for you to change and make it to good. So I was talking about the satisfaction trap, the graphic trap. The instant satisfaction driven from bad habit, often extreme overweight. What's going on in the rational mind concerning long-term consequences? Usually we intend to believe that, okay, I have done my best. This is my best. I'm satisfied with 100 rupees per day. I'm satisfied with this job. I'm satisfied with this work. In the corporate industry, if you are working on certain title or level for 2 years, then you're not doing good. Either you should have promotion every 2 years, or you should do different after every 2 years. If you're doing the same thing for 2 years, then आपका जाने का टाइम आ गया है. You should be updated. You should be up to the mark. You should be according to the world, according to the race. And the best illusion I can give is you can see this map, the flight which has started from Bangalore to fly to New Delhi. I'm giving an example of an airplane. You can emphasize the power of small adjustments in that plane travel from Bangalore to Delhi. The plane knows, the plane ki jo naak hoti hai, if the pilot just takes 30 degrees or 5 degrees or 10 degrees slide to right, it will land in Uttar Pradesh. If it's slightly, 5 to 15 diagonal on a left, it will land somewhere else. So when you focus on something, you must have seen the horses. Why the horse eyes are covered? So he should be focused. Ghoda jo hota hai, when he is free, when he is open, and when he is open in the wild, he runs here and there, wherever he wants. So to control his speed, there is definitely there is a rope, but to maintain speed in the right path, his eyes are covered. That's how we should make our habits. आंख पे इस तरह की पट्टी मारना चाहिए कि वो आदत बन जाना चाहिए, वो ही करना है, वैसे ही करने का है, and वो अचीव करना है. Then you need to find your mojo, your happiness. Mojo is nothing but happiness, your goal or your success, your why power. Assume that mojo is willpower, is what you need to change your habit. As soon as you get the slightest bit uncomfortable, you're going to be tempted with slide back into your old comfort routine. What happens, when I was talking about the gym, I gave an example. That's the best example which I see. Kuch din jate hai and we try to make build a body, and then we see, okay, we are doing good, and then uske baad mein you're not able to get up early in the morning, then you go out with the friends, next day you cannot get up in the morning, then you have function and the party, then you feel that, okay, finally you say, jaan do bhai, kitna karenge, kya karte, karke bhi kya karna hai. I guess that's what we have faced in our CGC events, CGC sessions. We give sessions to the public, and it's available for everyone. It is for everyone. Some come for the day, 1 day, 2 day, and third day they give up. Wahi purani baat hai bhai, meko malum hai sab. If you attend, I bet, I really, I must say that CGC is the best platform where you can utilize, you can learn a lot. In every session, you get a very good learning. If you can't give up time for yourself, for your future, no one can give time to you. So it's time for your why power. Your choices are only meaningful when you connect them to your desire or your dream. The wisest and most motivating choices are the one aligned with that which you identify as your purpose, core self, and your highest values. Ego zamir pe leke so jo cheezein wo value. You have got to want something and know why you want it, or you will end up giving it too easily. Karte to ठीक नहीं तो फिर उसमें जाने दो, छोड़ो. वैसे we have Mia bhais, we have अरे छोड़ो भाई, कहाँ जाते हैं. So what's your why? You have to you have got to have a reason if you want to make significant improvement in your life, and you want to make necessary changes. Your why must be something that is fascinating and motivating to you. You have got to what you get up and go and go and go. Yes, you have to do this. So what is that moves you to the most? Identify your why, which is critical. What motivates you? I remember one of my colleague in Deloitte in my first, I guess, first or second year. There was a person who had a dream to buy a Mercedes car. And this guy, he was so crazy about that car that everywhere he pasted a picture of that. On his desktop, there's a Mercedes car with the model and the amount. There's a car picture, the model of the car, and the amount. It's on the desktop, it's on the desk, on the screen, on his mobile. When he's sleeping, it's on his, when he goes home, it's on the door. The moment he opens the door, it's there on the back wall. The moment it's on the wardrobe. The moment he opens the wardrobe, it's on the wardrobe. That was the craziest thing which I've seen. He have put the picture of the car which he wants to buy on the ceiling, so that whenever he gets up from sleep, he opens and that's in front of his eye, that car. And trust me, he purchased that car. He bought the car in 2 years. We never thought of purchasing a Mercedes car with that earning, which in 2010, 12, but he did it. So he mapped his why he needs to work hard, why he needs to earn, why he needs to get up early in the morning, why he needs to be different, why he needs to be attentive. So you need to find out your why, that motivation factor. That's the why, that the ignition of your passion, the source of your enthusiasm, and the fuel of your persistence. Because everything is possible. Definitely everything is possible. You can, and there is no word called impossible, because the word impossible also says I am possible. You need to believe that you can do it. And, it should be practical. Please mind it. I'm not saying that, you can do something which is not expected to be do. I am possible means doing possibility which can happen. You cannot fly like a Superman. The power of your why is what gets you stick through the cruel and labories. All of the house will be meaningless until you know your why, and whys are powerful enough. You need to set your desire, a motivation in a place, a path, a career, or a goal for a better life. Yeah, let's give an example. I know if there are two buildings, like Twin Towers or anything, two buildings, and 30 feet long plank, a bench on the ground. If you were to walk the length of that plank, that bench, to cross those two buildings, I would say if you cross that bench from one building to another building, which is placed on the ground, and if you cross that building, I would give you 2,000 rupees. Would you cross? Of course, you would say, what stupid is this? It's just two building, and there is a bench, a branch connecting to two buildings, which is placed on the ground. Nothing will happen if I fall because it's on the ground. I can walk. Nothing will happen if I cross. But if I put that branch on the rooftop of those two buildings, connecting those two buildings, and ask you, I'll give you 20,000 if you walk on that. He will say, are you crazy? It's more than my life. Why should I, take risk on my life? Unless you are daring enough. But I'm saying in the common terms, if you have to walk on that plank to cross, from one building to another building for 20,000, you will definitely say no. You will definitely, the majority will say, are you stupid? Not on your, not on my life. I would do this. But if I say that, if there is your family, a family member, relative on the other building, and the other building is on fire, and you need to save them, and that's the only, means of track, or the path to go and save them, you will do your best. So your future is the other building, and your desire and your goal is the fire, and your actions, your habits are nothing but that plank. So slightest mistake, you will fall down. Slightest wrong choice, wrong step, will be difficult for you. So you have your goal in front of you, you have the burning desire, you know the path, and you need to find out how safe you can go. You need to have core motivation, which I say that's like access point to your why power. You need to find the flight. You need to find the fight. क्यों करूं मैं ये, किस लिए करूं मैं ये, क्या मिलेगा मुझे ये करने से. You always need to ask. It's of no use saying that, okay, I got 2,000, I'm earning 10,000 rupees per month. Is that enough for you? Is that enough for your future? Is that enough for your family? Is that enough for your future family? Is that enough for saving? Is that enough to save and secure your future? What happens if you lose that job? Will that 10,000 today will save your future? Will that be your backup? So always find the fight. Always raise the bar expectation. My dad always, when I first started doing job, I was earning 2,500 per month, and in 2009, and when I, sorry, 2008, when I started earning 2,500. 2006 when I started earning 2,500. When I first gave the salary to my dad, and dad said, "What is this? You're in degree, and this is not what I am expecting from. I am making you study in good college, giving you good education, giving you all means of comfort, so that you can earn better and make your life better. This 2,500 is a person who I can hire for any of my work." My dad was a businessman. I mean, he is a businessman, so there were a lot of people who were working under him for the business. So, okay, I said, I got motivated. I said, okay, 2,500 is less. Okay, I jumped ladder. I joined a Microsoft company. I was earning around 12,000. No, that was 9,000, 9,500. And I showed it to my dad. Okay, I'm earning 9,500. He said, "Come on, what do you think where we are now? Which year we are in? Do you know 9,000? It's not enough for your family. Do you think that in 9,000 you should be you will be able to feed your family, everyone, all your brothers? Will you be able to pay your college fees?" I said, "Okay, how much do you think? Think what you need to, but this is 9,000 is not enough." Then I jumped the ladder and I moved on to Deloitte and other roles, 25,000. The 7-figure amount also. My dad was saying, okay, why? We are in 2020 now. Is that enough for you? 5-figure salary, 6-figure salary, 7-figure salary for the entire family. And then saving. So you need to find the fight, and that's what he was doing. He was making me find my fight. He was making my expectation, my goals higher and higher every time. Every time when I ask my dad, I want to buy this, and what do you think? How much it will take? I want to buy a property. How much do you think? He says, okay, it must be around this big amount. I said, come on, is it true that that's the big amount? I can't even imagine. Trust me, I mean, I made that figure. It was a dream, and I made that figure. So you need to know that goal, the target. Then comes the goal. What is goal? Goal is nothing but dream, destination you desire. If you're not making the progress, that you would like to make and are capable of making, it's simply because your goals are not clearly defined. If you're not getting a job, if you're going for interview and you're not able to pass that interview, if you're not able to, it's simple that you're not prepared for it. You have not done your homework. You did not do your proper background job. You have not prepared for it well. So it's a learning point for you. So go home, learn, prepare, and then come back. So I'm going to tell you the secret. This is the secret mystery that will be revealed. So you only see the experience and what you look for. This is the formula for the goals. Your choices, the decisions which you make, that's the choice. Behavior, which is action, plus habit, everything which you do, plus compound, the time. The choices which you make, the step you have taken to make that choice, and the repeated action of that step with time gets you the goal. So plan something, goals for something, write down the choices which you have to achieve those goals, find the best, eliminate the rest, take an action on those best, repeat action on those best, and do it slowly, one by one, with the time, and achieve the goal. You will achieve the goal. But that doesn't mean that 65 years ki age mein I'll start earning 1 lakh. It's of no use. So have it realistic. So moving on to the next slide, which is game-changing strategy. Wahid, I hope I have time. Okay. Thank you everyone for taking time, giving me a little more time. I'll just wind up in a few more minutes. Now the game-changing strategies, the good versus bad, bad versus good, the right versus wrong. According to the research, it takes 300 instances for a positive reinforcement to turn to a new habit into an unconscious practice. That's almost a year of daily practice. 300 बार कोई चीज करने पर आपकी आदत बन जाती है ना, which is come almost 1 साल, 365 days. सिर्फ 2 महीने पहले है, so आपकी आदत बन जाएगी वो. लेकिन 1 year doing one single step, which can majorly change, is what is going to be your habit by default. If you're going to practice reading every morning, or before going to bed for 10 minutes, for few months, एक आदत बन जाती है. It will become a habit for you to read it every day, and the reading becomes very easy. My grandmother, मेरी नानी मरहूम, she used to read Quran In a day, she used to read twice. Her reading speed was good, and she was very good in reading. And I used to read one page a day, one page a day. So I was surprised the way she used to read, and it was wonderful listening to her. So I asked when I asked her what she is doing. So she said she started with one line, then two lines, then one page, then three page, then 5 page, then 10 page. And at her age, now she knows, she has by hearted, and she knows the things easy. It goes by his unconscious mind, the next line, third line, fourth line, fifth line, second line. So that she has made it as a practice, with long practice. The secret of success is found in the daily routine. That's what it's said. Um, if you have to remove these bad habits, like the good habits, what I have mentioned on the right side, and then on the left hand side I have mentioned the bad habits. Let's start with the bottom. Identify your trigger points. So what are those bad habits? Who are those? Where are those? When are those? Then clean your house means clean those which are why. You don't need this. You don't need these activities. So list down those triggering points of who you want to be like, what you want to be, where you want to be, and when you want to be. Then clean what is not needed, which is not needed, and things which are of the least value. Then the who, what, where, and when, swap it. See, ye karne se, as I said, if I'm taking one route to reach to Channar from my house, it will take 10 minutes. I should also see what are the other options. If I swap, if I change, what are the other routes to reach that? So if you want to get a job, I'm not saying CGC is the only cause or mean by which you can get a job. There'll be many means of social service available. So you need to always have the list of alternates. If not this job, another job. If not this company, another company. If not this interview, another interview. You should always be prepared. And trust me, the networking and gathering, your friend circle plays a major role in your good habits and bad habits. If you be in successful people, if you be between successful people, if you be between the best and the good people, of positive thinking people, you'll also think positive. If you be between the negativity, then you'll always be thinking about the negativity. So for the bad habits at the last, take the easy in. Take small steps, one by one. So even to become successful, if you do something, if you want to do something, the best thing is to do the easier one. Exam में भी question paper जब रहता है आपको, you need to clear out the easiest one first and then go for the hard. Because why you want to waste time thinking on hard, and then the time is over and you miss the easy one. So complete the easiest one and then focus on the toughest one. So eliminate the easy habits which you can do and mark those hard habits, tough habits slowly, which you can remove after a certain time. And completely different on the other side, on the habits, good habits. Okay, I missed to put the text here. So you need to start with pointing out what your goal is, what you want to be, the target. Then Find the success buddy. It's very important to have a friend. As I said, the society, the culture, the network, the people, friend circle, group you are in plays a very important role. I am from Charminar, by the way. I am from the old city, core old city. I am from. I'm born and brought up in Khilwat. I'm not saying that the society spoils you. I'm saying when you involve in that kind of society, will make you more spoiled. So you can be anywhere. You can be anywhere, but it's what you take the best in. So find the success buddy. Find out the person who is you see that he is successful, who you should or who you want to be, and then find out a coach. This coach, the mentor, he can be a good or bad person. Sometimes जो बंदा आपके बारे में मजाक उड़ाता है, वही बंदा है सो रीजन होता है आपकी सक्सेस के पीछे. जो बंदा आपको ताने मारता है, I was very thin, very lean, very skinny. And there was a person who used to make fun of me. One statement which he made, it struck my ego. And I went to an extreme to go for protein and bodybuilding and extreme. 3 months I was not known to anyone. I was just doing gym, exercise, protein, diet. I hired a coach. I paid them good amount, and I maintained each and everything with the protein. In 3 months, I put on around 12 to 14 kgs weight and very muscular body. And when I turned out in front of them, that guy, he was surprised. What happened to you? वो जुनून था उस वक्त. That was my. I'm not saying that was I was being kiddie, but I tried it on myself. So that person who triggered was my monitor. He was a triggering point. So if anyone says that you cannot do it, he is the one who is the person who is triggering your point. Take it positive. I'm not saying take it positive. हाँ भाई कर लेते हम जाओ छोड़ो. ऐसे नहीं. Say that you can do it. If you can do it, show him that you can do it. Prove him that you can do it. You will find many people pointing out. We are expert in pointing out mistakes, showing fingers. One finger. When you remember one finger, if you're showing one finger to other, the remaining 3 fingers are showing to yourself. I would say I will concentrate on those 3 fingers rather than pointing out on that one finger. Because 3 fingers which are pointing out to me is more important to me, because one finger is only to him. Why I should waste time on that one? I should invest time on those 3 fingers, because 3 is more than 1. So when you're finding out that kind of person who hates you, find the reason why he hates you, and then take that as a goal. Build up a competition. Find out a competition. Don't be the Mia Bhai which says, हाँ भाई उसकी किस्मत में था, ऊपर वाला दिया तो सबको देता है. ऊपर वाला सबको देता है भाई. I mean definitely ऊपर वाला सबको देता है, but ऊपर वाला ये भी बोलता है कि तुम करो, उसके बाद में मैं देता हूँ. उन्हें मेहनत किया, उसको मिला है. Then at the last, set a new habit. Add new, and if you don't want to remove the bad habit, leave it. क्या तो आदत एक ऐसी चीज है, if you don't do for certain time, वो खत्म हो जाती है. It's only you need to work on the new habit rather than concentrating on the bad habit. If you start thinking on how many calories you're taking in your mouth, that will automatically take your junk food out. Don't start saying that I should not eat junk food. Start saying I should eat these calories. I should concentrate on these calories. It will automatically start, it will automatically take care of your junk foods. So always remember, set a new habit, set a new goal, set a target. Focus on the target rather than getting distracted with what's not around you, what you're not able to do. You must have heard about APJ Abdul Kalam Azad. Abdul Kalam. He started his career when he was in classes. He used to write with the chalk piece on the ground, on the black road under street light. So he was not taking anything negative, saying that I don't have pencil, I don't have book, I don't have proper light, I don't have a proper table. He saw the positivity and started writing. I have a biggest blackboard. It's so long, I can write anywhere. I have the light, especially on the night, street light, which is so much big, I can write. I don't need pencil to sharp again and again. I have chalk, which is more brighter. So think positive, be positive, make it as a habit, as a good habit, new habit. And at the end, I would say the compound effect in your life will get only when you make that the opportunity or life, which is 10% how you make it and 90% how you take it. 10% आप बनाते हैं, लेकिन 90% आप उसको कैसे बनाते हैं उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. 10% how you make it and 90% how you take it. Glass जो होती है, if it is half filled, there are many ways. आधी ग्लास खाली है, आधी ग्लास भरी हुई है. It's your way to see how it is. With that, we have a very good quote. I just try to name few, which is failure. Men succeed when they realize that their failures are the preparation of their victory. एक बार फेल हुए, दो बार फेल हुए, तीन बार फेल हुए, चौथी बार तो पास ही पास. क्योंकि preparation. After every fail attempt, there was a preparation. And for that preparation, there is a victory. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moment of comfort and convince, but where he stands at the time of challenges. That's said by Martin Luther King. I don't recall the Amir Khan's movie Ghulam, in which his father says that, I don't recall the exact phrase or exact quote which he says. He says that you need to run through the waves. लहरों के बीच से पार करना है. That is what being a man. That is what being an extraordinary person. That is what being different. Waves के साथ में सब बह जाते हैं, लेकिन waves को पार करके जो जाता है, that's the different person. So that's all about today's topic about the compound effect. That's how we need to make change in your life. That's the best formula which I could find. That's the book, The Compound Effect by Darren talks about. And if you have any questions, you can definitely get in touch with us at CGC Career Guidance Council, which is available on a few of the websites, which is available on Google Groups, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Because we believe in empowering youth through proper guidance in the best way we support. And that's the best community service we believe in. So all these motivation things, all these activities which we do, it's for you to become something in the life. That's all from me. And if you have any questions, Wahid, if I have time, I would like to take a couple of questions, or else you can take those.